What's up, y'all? Welcome to Top Tier Tarot by T. My name is T. Amen. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Immediately when I went into prayer, I went into prayer a little bit differently, y'all. So what that tells me is that you guys are not, this is fate, destiny, and fulfillment, and assurance, and those things. This is what it tells me about the consciousness of those that I'm doing this collective reading for, right? Welcome, collective, and help. Help is on the way, but no, help this channel grow by sharing, and subscribing, and leaving a comment and let me know if you resonate with this message or if it benefited you in any way, shape, or form. Please check out the descriptions and the link in the description for emergency readings only. That is your way to contact me immediately, and there is a fee per minute, and it is a profile, a platform that I've been on for many, many years as a spiritual advisor. So now moving forward, I do want to say help is on the way. The way that I prayed this prayer was very simple, but it was an extended version of how I usually pray. I prayed basically in a way where I said, not only am I magnetic and powerful and everything works in my favor, but, I gave glory to the Most High and all that He's assigned to me, even through the universe. One thing I've never done in my prayers is pray to the universe, pray to all of the things that are in alignment and in vibration in the same frequency for my greatest good, and was assigned to me on my highest path that is on the way. And I declared and I decreed that it was covered in the blood of Yahushua Mashiach and the Ruach HaKodesh fire, meaning that the enemy cannot take, destroy, manipulate, or dismantle it, because what is for me is for me, and it cannot be taken. So that is something that was channeled for the people that I'm getting ready to read for. Not only was it a beautiful prayer for me, thank you guys for being who you are, but it allowed me to realize that somebody here is on a direct path to what is assigned to them. And I'm automatically being drawn to this person's hands, dipping inside of this cup, with this 9 of cups that's filled with, that's got the rainbow either coming out of it or going into it. Usually, and rainbows are like that. You don't know where it starts or where it ends, and whenever you get close to it, it kind of disappears. But that's because you become the light that you see. Okay, it is an illusion. It's a reflection of you, is what I'm kind of picking up in this scenario. There's a lot of information about floods and death, and all these things are kind of just saying to me that if you're not under the current, you're above the current. Okay. This is not just finances, this is like frequency, and some people are not going to be able to handle these waves. Take that how you wish, and I'm hoping that, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I am not saying that somebody around you or something around you may may have or experienced or is going to experience health problems, death, or legal situations that cause them to go into great deep depressions and cause them to feel lack thereof, and basically submerge them in traumatic things that they cannot handle, or them possibly being hit by a flood or natural disasters and da-da-da. All I'm saying is, all of this is going to miss you, friend. Things like that will be going around, but it'll miss you. Not to say that you're anything special, but you're not going to experience that. I do feel like you are very special because you've already kind of declared and decreed your existence being solid and stable and in alignment with what the Most High intends for you and your mission, which also means that whatever the world has going on, you are connected to an infinite being that has an intention for you that is deeper than what the world has going on. Meaning that He will sacrifice he, she, it, they, which I also pray to Mother Earth. I pray to the universe. I pray to anything and everything that has my greatest good in it. And I also prayed, and those things had like atoms connected to it and all this. Because if you watch my last video, I talked about how we were super atoms, etc. But super batteries, super atoms. But, and everything else is like micro atoms, small atoms, with little bits of nothingness. But there are things that are assigned to you that you have to, if you haven't, call on them to be in alignment to you, which I did, which I've never done before, which I'm blaming y'all for that, and I'm thanking y'all at the same time. And I feel as if, this is destiny for you to be able to now receive from this cup or take from this cup, or to actually see your light and benefit from it. Deep. Took me 5 minutes to explain that, but right. So it's destined for you to be in alignment with love. Some people here, you might be manifesting a new partner. You might have a partner that you've already been associating with, talking with, dealing with, working with. This could also be you within yourself. You within yourself. But I'm automatically seeing this line here in between you and this partner here, like almost like there's some blockage here. You guys come from two different worlds. One is hot and one is not. Somebody could be a fire sign. But this Fool card says you have no care in the world about a connection, even if you're in one. It's not about holding on to it. So two people are in this. You guys are both in the same place. It's not about holding on to it, harnessing it, disrupting it, controlling it, manipulating it at all. At all. It's about letting it be what it is and flowing freely in this connection. And this could also be this could also be like the universal type thing. This could also be, I feel like I'm reading this as somebody jumping into a dimension where there is love in their life and they're ready to flow freely within that. And this is something that you are prepared for. You have everything that you need in order to literally, every time I get the Fool, I get one. Okay? And one, the Fool being 0, 1 being the Magician. The Fool has nothing, goes along with everything. The Magician obtains everything to be able to have anything. And it's a continual cycle. I feel like the people I'm talking to are on a never-ending cycle of upward spiral. I had a brief moment when I mentioned the opposition, but they're not coming up against you. They're coming up against all the things in the army and the spiritual team, the universe, everything that's in alignment to you, because that's what you're calling on. That's what you are invoking. That's what you are initiated to do, be, and perform. And there's people that are here waiting for you and praying for whatever you have to offer. So it's almost as if you are the magician. You are alchemizing your reality. And you are creating, with the Page of Wands, your reality. Literally just, everything is just kind of verifying everything I'm saying. Excuse me, y'all. And you're doing this with so much confidence and so much strength and charisma. I do feel like it's not just because of the journey you've experienced. It's the initiation that you are going through. You are being initiated. And it's going to be some traumatic experiences that are happening, because I do feel like that needs to be made known. Why? Because when you create a reality, the way I see this card, it's almost like it's animated to me. And this, by the way, this is a deck that doesn't come with a storyline. So your imagination kind of gets to do it, all right? Or your intuition, whatever one you want to call it, New York accent coming out. But anyway, basically, with this Page of Wands, I'm seeing this hand, right? And I'm noticing the hand in these cards more than usual. The details are deeper in this specific reading, right? So there's something specific about your hands being on something, or the Most High's hands being on, you know what I mean? Like almost like you're at this place where you can almost touch and grab what's yours, right? So with the Page of Wands, automatically I see the reason I say chaos is because animated, these cards, it's like her wand is controlling the deck of cards and making them move in the direction that she wants them to move in. And the reason that that's chaotic is because, or traumatic, is because as she's moving these cards and cards are, it's like she's choosing the reality. In her environment, she's shifting dimensions. Like what's going on around her is actually matching what's happening in the card that she chooses. Almost like some movie type stuff. I can't think of a movie that ever had that happen, but it would be pretty cool if you guys could leave one in the comments and I'll check it out. But what did I say about me briefly mentioning conflict? But this conflict is a decision that I feel like you've already come to or made. And if you haven't made a decision, what did I say? I feel like you already came to this decision. But if you haven't made a decision, I feel like you should do it now. There's no reason to be afraid of making the decision to be in alignment with what exactly is here for you in this lifetime. And whatever comes with that, like I said, whatever comes with that is whatever comes with that, because this is your purpose. I know there's somebody out there who was like really, really stuck on something like a drug, a job, a TV show, a series, a level of laziness, a level of comfort, a level of sadness and bitterness that they are kind of close to. It's like, I don't want to let go of the grief I've had yet, or the loved one I have, or the anger I have, or the vengeance. This is not your reading, because if you are stuck in those places, this is not your reading. There's somebody out there that's stuck on that though, and they might use you as a scapegoat or a attachment to it, but it has nothing to do with you. And you might feel like you're stuck on that, but that's somebody else's energy 100%, drawing you in to feel like you need to hang out in these groups that are stuck on that, or socialize with these people who are stuck on that, or deal with these energies that are stuck on these places and planes, but you don't. And you don't want to lose those ties and those connections, but those ties and those connections are not meant to be where you are going. They're not meant to be a part of who you are, or where you're at. Where you're at. And you know what? When I say where you're at, it's because when I said that prayer, I wish I said it up here, which I usually, in my earlier videos I did. You didn't say what was in alignment for you, what you believe right now. It's not about what you believe, it's about what you know the greater good has in store for you, that's here for your greater good and your highest version of you, that you are embodying. Because the prayer also included thanking the universe for those things and covering those things and keeping you in alignment with those things. So it's an inevitable thing. It's solid. So when you make this decision, you are going to be coming to a place where you're creating a reality where you are in yourself that thing that was required of you, which is, for me, I'm just going to be, vulnerable, is believing in myself. Crazy. When you are bestowed with such gift and power, like a visual artist, let's say this. I am a visual artist. However, I didn't believe in my younger years, in art school with college credits, before I even got to 10th grade, and was in an art academy since 5 years old, right? I did not believe that I was able to make it as an artist. And so I wanted to be an accountant. or a lawyer, because I was thinking about the financial benefit and gain in career and future instead of purpose. And instead of, the gift that he gave me, or the Most High, the universe, whatever you want to believe it, gave me, right? And it comes a point where you go through an awakening, and you can't even recognize money for the value that people see it as. Where was I going with this? I lost it for a second, y'all. I realized I lost it. It was like a trance, and then I got out of it. But I feel like that was important for somebody. But however, that may have been my direction and my goal and what I wanted to do and be. But deep down in my heart, I wanted to get paid to create. I wanted to survive off of my creativity and my mindset and whatever the Most High put in me to release and put out there. However, he had greater plans than I even understood. And this is why when you align, it's destined. And this is why that Fool card is very important. This is why that jumping dimensions, like somebody here is jumping dimensions. It's very important. This is why it's like you are creating your reality, but there's an ultimate creator involved. Okay, I didn't see the Hierophant card come up, but let's see what's underneath this. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Your actions. Yeah, so you are going to be blessed with taking direction and initiative and movement. So, and that's another thing though. Wanting to do and be something and having an idea, not going along with it, thinking you have your own plan, but then the Most High is like, no, I'm going to take you on a whole nother route. This is different though, because I feel like you guys have already gone through that awakening. This stage is more so of knowing exactly what it takes to be and take control of your life, because you are the magician. You are alchemizing. You actually know how to overcome battles, cycles, and you made your mind up. So, you may not know what the future may hold completely down to the extreme detail, even in a relationship, even into, for some reason, a wedding just popped up in my mind. Like, how I'm going to afford it. But you're so ready. Somebody here knows what they want and just goes for it. They just and a lot of you are obedient to the Most High, to your highest path, to your frequency. Like you listen to the go and you go. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say some of you, I feel like this is everybody I'm reading for. Okay? I do. And I do feel like these two decks are telling you what your reality is right now and what's to come. Like right now, it's jumping into another dimension. What's to come, strength and on the path. Right now it's alchemizing, staying in alignment. Then it's just movement, and like being a fool with strength is crazy. It's almost like an old person on dementia. They wanted their snack, you didn't give them their snack, so they're going to do whatever it takes to get that snack, and they might crawl up a wall. You don't even know how they got up there. You know, like I just feel like it's that. Like all of a sudden you can levitate, bro. Like now you can levitate. And then you got super memory. You remember what you want to. Like, I only remember what's necessary. All of the other stuff is trash. Like, it's not supposed to be funny. But, and that's probably like dark humor. I'm sorry if anybody has a family member suffering with dementia. That's what I'm saying. It's just very traumatic. And because your shift is like that. Your shift is just like that, like, because you can't sit here and be who you were meant to be and then take care of somebody else as much as you know, the way that you were supposed to, or you would have if you were stuck in that stuck place of all the things that that person put you through and they don't even remember, or all the memories that you and that person had and they don't even remember, because you are jumping shift into a whole new place, where you can still love them, but harnessing those things won't be this. It's not gonna work out. It's not going. It's not even gonna last. And that's a good thing, but it's also, you know, traumatic, and it's a major shift, you know. But this is going to bring you a level of childlike joy. You know, I have to be considerate of those people who need to be considered. Period. Everybody does. So it's going to bring you into a place where you're just happy and joyful, and like the inner child in you that you didn't get to express or have, or things you didn't get to experience as a child or want to do. It's being reinvented into a whole new way. Where not only can you just move in this light, innocent light, beautiful light, pure light, like this is very, very pure. Excuse me. I didn't realize how pure this reading was. I didn't realize how pure and beautiful that prayer was until just now. And it kind of opened up my throat. But I don't want to get too deep into it because it's going to take, this reading is taking way longer than I expected, right? Like I said, if you want to get an extended, if you want to know more, if you want to get in contact with me, if you want any type of spiritual advisory, I do hypnosis, distant Reiki healing. I do manifest as well, with a consultation, of course. And I am a master life coach. So, you know, this, that, and the third. Ancestral reading, blah, 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 blah. Almost endless list of things. In the arena of spirituality. I'm not saying that I am a guru. Because, you know, gurus don't say that they're gurus. Anyway, moving on. So, the Emperor tells me that you are a leader, and I felt like maybe me saying that, I'm also talking to somebody else who has been through so much that, like, you don't even trust nobody else to tamper with your path. Like, if I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you. I like that. You don't trust anybody to tamper with your path. To be honest, you barely watch readings. You could be going through a stage right now of binge watching readings because you need to know what's going on in this little area of in between space. You might get a little insight every now and then. Just because sometimes if you're like who I won't quote or say, me. If you're like that, then you know when you do finally go and look at a reading or something, it verifies that the spell or the work or the conjure or the prayer or the meditation or whatever work that you were doing or working on has manifested. It'd just be like, what? No, they didn't just say that. That resonated 100%. It's working. And then you see the results, right? So this could be you, right? Coming into that place. Like I said, you're in that in-between, right? That light in between where the cup flowing, bringing that energy from one place to the next, and it's moving. But this will all pay off. Okay, I didn't see any world cards or anything like that. I did speak on this already. I spoke on the conflict. I spoke on the haters. I spoke on moving away from loss and disappointment and crying over spilled milk and childlike games and blah, blah, blah. People are going to try that, but you are in alignment with what you're in alignment with. They want you to be stuck in your head and not pay attention to what is coming, what you work towards, who you really are, and your assurance, your security of self, all of that. And put you in this place where you are really, really focusing on the heartbreak. But I see you taking that last sword out your back. Like everybody talks about the Ten of Swords. I see you taking that last sword out your back and accepting your fate. Which is, yeah, whatever. I got battle scars, and okay? Automatically, I got that song "Love Me Naked" by whatever her name is, Ella May, Ellamai. Yeah, I don't know why that made me think about Eat the Cake anime. Like two different, two different dynamics here. Because I know one is definitely about slavery, and the other one is about being loved unconditionally for who you are, the way you are, as you are, and it's like a beautiful self acceptance and not tolerating anything else but somebody loving you in that space. So that's like two different places, right? And I do feel like somebody is going to love you in that space. Wow. That's deep, okay? Right, goofy. I didn't know what's going on. But no, with this indecisiveness, okay? Okay, so somebody here that I'm reading for, this reading for somebody is exciting. Somebody for this reading, this is exciting information. For somebody else, I just made you very, very confused. I just made you like, I don't know if I should do this or not. I don't think I'm ready. Like I said with that dementia thing, like, my mom, my dad is ill. Does this mean that I'm leaving them behind? I don't want to put them in like a facility, but who else is going to take care of them? I don't trust anybody else. Girl, trust somebody. Trust somebody, trust somebody. Trust yourself. Trust that you'll make the right decision. Trust that there are so many different options out there for you to handle your situation. Get some cameras. Okay? Get some motherfucking cameras. Excuse my language, but this is not a monetizing site anyway. My channel is not monetized. So I ain't worried about that. Get some damn cameras. Alright? And go do what you're destined to do. Because he's going to put it in your heart. He's going to give you the right momentum and the mindset and everything to do it. He's going to put everything in alignment for you to do it. Do it. The universe is setting up a plate. Setting up a plate at the table. And I don't want to say it's in front of your enemies. Because, that, to me, there's nothing wrong with having a plate in front of your enemies. I would probably want to spend more time enjoying the plate than worrying about who it's in front of. Because I don't like going to restaurants and looking around to see who is eating what and what they're wearing and all of that. Actually, if I'm in a restaurant or if I'm in a place of eating, I prefer it to be in a place where there's dim lights. I'm in a corner. All I need to see is the person that's in front of me. That is the person that I want to see. I don't want to be eating in front of my enemies. If I look around, if I look the wrong way, if I make the wrong move, they could probably do something to my plate. You feel me? That's all I'm saying. However, that just maybe because I've been through a lot, so it puts me on edge to be eating in front of my enemies. Yeah, but not enough, because I just thought about how we have some people who are secret enemies of us that will make our plate. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but there's something conniving. Okay, yeah. So somebody needs to be very, very careful with people being conniving, and I made me scratch the crease in my arm, so it's like it's like a little sweat, a little tingle in the back of the head, right? Somebody else could be the person that's feeling this back and forth in their head. Like I said, one side is where you are right now, and the other part is where you're going to be. So you could be having this back and forth stagnation in your mind. You could have split thoughts, what you've manifested or what you prayed for and in alignment with, and then you can have this current place that you're in, right? You could have somebody else who's thinking this about you and seeing, you know, your transition. But where you're heading is, come on, it's quick movement and it's passion and determination. I do feel like that was the initial message, but I also channeled something else for somebody else. Oh my goodness. 3003 on the clock. This video is getting long, man. I'm about to end it right here. And I feel like I'm supposed to name out some careers right here for y'all. But I'm going to be honest with you. You are the career. And that's what I'm going to name this reading. Yo, it just pops up right there. All right, bye. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.